Hello, my name is Ismenia, and I'm going to be your virtual guide through this glimpse into the Codex Tezcatlipoca, more commonly known to scholars as the Codex Feyerabadi-Meyer. The images you will see in this VR presentation are photographs of a facsimile, meaning copy of the original, published by Akademische Druck- und Verlagsanstalt in 1971. To see the original, you will need to travel to the World Museum in Liverpool, England. You can buy your own facsimile for around $400, or you can travel to California State University, Los Angeles to see the facsimile we photographed in special collections and archives. Digital images help us to conserve the original and prevent damage to its materials. Digital images also help us make the content widely available to people like you who want to know more about Aztec art and literature. In fact, the digital images you see here follow in a long line of copies. There is a very famous facsimile of the Codex Tezcatlipoca in the British Museum. It was donated to the museum over 100 years ago by Lord Kingsborough. So let's go to a simulated temple overlooking an imaginary Aztec ball court. There you can turn the digital pages of the Codex Tezcatlipoca, see it unfold, and even learn about the significance of the images on the first page. This codex, meaning a book primarily made of images, is 22 pages and details ceremonies and gods connected to the Aztecs' 260-day sacred calendar. It is a screenfold which opens like an accordion, and it is read from right to left. When fully spread out, it reaches to almost 4 meters, or just over 12.5 feet. Made out of deerskin coated with stucco and painted with pictographs rather than with alphabetic words, the Codex incorporates images to work as reminders of religious principles and rituals rather than to spell out specific sentences. Scholars do not know exactly when or where the Codex Tezcatlipoca was made, or even where it was found, but they think that it dates to about 800 years ago, and is probably from a state once ruled by the Tolteca Chichimeca in central Mexico. The artist scribes who painted the book, or tlacuilos, are also unknown. But as an object, the Codex reveals the Aztecs to be great literary and artistic masters. In its entirety, the first page of the Codex is a cosmogram, meaning it is an image of the universe as visualized by pre-contact Nahuatl Aztecs. At the center is the sun god, Tonatiuh. Through his self-sacrifice, represented by the lifeblood flowing toward the four directions of the world, the sun continues its cycle through day and night, through seasons of plenty and drought, and through rainy and dry months. Through the sun god's self-sacrifice, the life cycle of the maize plant, and so all life, continues. East is the direction in which the sun rises. So to the east, we see the temple steps that are part of rituals of sacrifice, a sun symbol with its own cardinal direction markers, and the stone knife god, the god who will guide and direct the ritual. You will see that he wears a helmet shaped like a stone knife with a face on it. This is quite typical of the Aztec style to personify ritual objects in order to make them appear alive. In fact, archaeologists found a cache, or collection, of human-faced sacrificial knives at Templo Mayor, the pyramid at the center of Tenochtitlan, the Aztec capital. In the east, we also see a flowering tree topped by a quetzal feather bird. Connected to the sacred greenstone jade, the quetzal was one of the most important birds in Mesoamerica. To the north, the region of central Mexico known to be rocky and dry, we see Tlaloc, the rain god. He is generally known for his elephantine nose and goggle eyes. He stands to the left of a thorny tree. It is the ceiba tree, the sacred tree of Mesoamerica. In its younger stages, thorns protect the tree from predators. The tree is topped by an eagle, a powerful warrior symbol for the Aztecs. Just as the sun cannot begin its journey without sacrifice, so the sun cannot bring life without rain. And so, you will notice in the north the sign of sacrifice, bones pouring out of a bowl. To the west, the direction where the sun sets and where Aztecs believe the sun descended into the underworld, we find two goddesses. One is the water goddess Chachihuitlicue, a fertility goddess who wears a jade skirt. The other is the earth goddess Tlazoteotl, who wears a spindle whorl in her hair. She is believed to be the mother of Sinteotl, the young corn god. The goddesses stand under a blossoming featherball tree. You will see that the tree grows out of the head of a tzitzimitl, a skeletal female deity connected to the stars. The tree is topped by a hummingbird, another powerful warrior symbol for the Aztecs. So far, we have seen the sun rise, bring rain to dry soil, and find nourishment under the supervision of female goddesses. Finally, to the south, the direction of the underworld where the ancestors live, stands a cacao tree, indicated by the hanging bulbs or pods from its trunk. It grows out of the open mouth of an earth monster, a symbol of where we have just come from in the cosmogram. Standing to the left of the cacao tree is Mictlantecutli, the god of death, the god of Mictlan, the name for the underworld. You might be thinking to yourself, what do death and cacao have to do with each other? Good question. For the Aztecs, as for all Mesoamericans, life and death were companions rather than enemies. Just as a living drank chocolate made from cacao, so did the ancestors in death. Vessels used specifically for drinking chocolate were sometimes buried with elite or religiously important individuals. Also, chocolate was sometimes colored with the spice achiote, which gave it the same color as the lifeblood we see in the east section. And that leads us to the sun rising once again. So, in the first page of the Codex Tezcatlipoca, we see a visualization of the universe represented by the path of the sun as it travels through the sky and underworld. The center of the universe, where we saw the sun god Tonatiuh, is like a pole that connects the sky, which is the realm of the gods, the earth, the realm of humans, and the underworld, the realm of the ancestors. The cycle of the sun implies time, and this page is essentially a calendar. Being first, this page is a precursor to the explanation of days and rituals that follow in subsequent pages. The sacred calendar of the Aztecs, the Tonalpohualli, is made up of 260 days, distinguished by 20 13-day periods. In Nahuatl, the language spoken by the Aztecs, Tonalpohualli is a conflation of tonali, meaning day, and powa, meaning to read. Thus, this 260-day calendar is the sacred day count. It was used to record historical dates and as a divinatory tool, something used to predict future occurrences. Each day of the year is identified by a number and a day sign and is connected to a cardinal direction. For instance, the first day of the sacred year, one Cipactli, or one crocodile, is connected to the east. In the lower right-hand corner of the east section is Cipactli, crocodile. Follow the dots upward, and you will see at the top right-hand corner is Ocelotl, jaguar. Follow the dots toward the left, and you will see at the top left-hand corner is Macatl, deer. Follow the dots downward, and you will see at the lower left corner is Xochitl, flower. These pictographs are markers for the trecenas, or weeks, of the 260-day calendar. So where are the days? The days of the year lie between those corners and are represented as dots. Find that first day again, one Cipactli, or one crocodile. That is day 1 of the calendar. And then we continue to follow the dots. 2 wind, 3 house, 4 lizard, 5 serpent, 6 death, 7 deer, 8 rabbit, 9 water, 10 dog, 11 monkey, 12 grass, and 13 reed. We will then reach one Ocelotl to begin a new trecena, or week. If we keep following the dots and pictographic markers through the calendar, by the time you get back to one crocodile in the east, you will have passed 260 days. This is the Tonalpohualli, the ritual calendar of the Aztecs.